gonna be a short one today.
Guys are killing me, I tell you.
All righty. We, a motion on the agenda, we've looked at.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, minutes of May 4th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, carried. Okay, acceptance of construction project, Wapello County Courthouse Life Safety A and J 201727-03 and warranty.
What this is we have finished and they have cleared out the project for the courthouse on the sprinkler system. Now, we still have the alarms to go. That's a new contract. But this is the letter from the engineer saying that everything they were supposed to do is done. It's all complete, except one thing. Once we put the alarms in, there's a connect of the two and they'll come back and do that. So this is accept the construction and close out the project. And I would make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Okay, approved file and authorized chair to sign release of agreement and mortgage for bioprocessing center.
Well, 20 years ago, the county built a bioprocessing training center at Eddyville. The idea was that at that time, colleges could not own those kind of facilities. Counties could. So the county built the facility. We got grants from the EDA. I believe it was about $600,000. And we got grants from the utility companies and to complete the construction, about 1.9 million. After 20 years, we get the building if we have used it as we were supposed to have used it all along, which is for education and training. And we have. And what this is asking the Economic Development Administration in Colorado to release us from the mortgage and the agreement. Now, there are still two things that we have to do, even though it will be transferred totally to us. One is the facility can't be used for any completely, totally, absolute religious purpose, like turning it into a church. And then we have to comply with all the laws of discrimination in the future. When the chair signs this in front of a notary and we get it recorded, they will release it and it is our building then. We have told them the continued use of the building is still for education and training. And that's what they would expect it to be, even though they can't make us do that. And we're right now in negotiations with Cargill at Eddyville to see about some kind of continued use of the facility. They need a training facility. It also really helps when any new company wants to go out there and they can see, oh, we've got this training facility here for our people. It's really an advantage, is what Cargill had said. So we're in that negotiations, but the county couldn't complete any of that until we do this today and get this recorded and send them the signed agreement back. So that's what this is. I would make a motion to approve the chair to sign the document.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Okay, any other business to brought for the board?
Jerry, you said that building had been assessed, I think it was a few meetings ago. Do you remember what that number was?
371,000.
Is that just for the building or is that
Just-
for the land?
It's the building. We don't own the land.
Okay.
The land is owned by Cargill.
Do you know what kind of training Cargill does in it? And did they ever say anything like that? Or
Well, it's really all the facilities out there use it for training. The main difference from the way it was used to the way it's probably going to be used, in the past, Indian Hills leased it from us, and they had classes there to train people in the biotech industry who could go to work in that complex or somewhere else around the country. And Indian Hills is now moving that program to their main campus. So Indian Hills won't be holding classes there. It will be totally used by all of the entities there as far as training for their kind of business, whatever it is.
And there's labs in there, a lot of like glass beakers and all kinds of stuff that I don't know.
I know you guys had mentioned, before that, once you got released from this, you really didn't know what you were gonna do with it, whether you're gonna sell it or whatever. But now you're still kind of leaning toward letting.
We're in negotiations with Cargill about how it would be used
Okay.
in the future. They need it. There isn't any question about that. Are we going to lease it to them? Are we going to sell it to them? How are we going to proceed from here? It's really an asset to that complex out there. That's about a $1.9 million building. The reason that the estimate on it now is so low is because if you don't use it for a training facility, it doesn't have much value right there across the road from this multi-billion-dollar complex. You're not going to put apartments there. You're not going to, put something else, a business there. So its best use is for something related to the Cargill complex. And in the beginning, when it was built, 1.9 million, you know what the county's investment was in it? $10,000. So we got a $1.9 million building, and our actual cash that we put in it was $10,000. So if we got 10,000 back, we got our money back, plus 20 years of education training. It's really one of the pluses that's been really quiet over the years, the number of students that have went through there. And in the beginning, we had people from around the country would call and say, how do we get some of those students to come to our business? Well, you got to pay more. If you pay more, they'll come.
Do you guys have any opinions on Canadian Pacific has said that they're gonna do now, crossing it, Quincy and Blackhawk? They said that they're not gonna keep their trains there beyond 10 minutes, which I guess is federal law anyway. You can't block a crossing for more than that. I think you guys kind of weighed in on it a few years ago. Where do you stand on that now?
I was at the meeting Friday
Yeah.
when we talked to the
Yeah.
railroad people. And my question to them was, we heard before, when you put the rail spur in, this would solve our problems. And it didn't. And in fact, it may have made it worse. And the guy said, I can't comment on before. I have been here a year, but I'll tell you what we're going to do in the future. And he said, you will be surprised in a short time of how effective this is going to be.
This is what he said on Friday. Then?
Yeah. Yeah. And they had people there. One was from Davenport, and then the other three were even close, like Washington, D.C. and Minnesota. And they made commitments that they said, you will see that this is different.
And I think the couriers stories, because I think the two times there's actually been movement has followed a story. They don't like the media. They don't like that negative media. So
Did they give you any kind of timeline when changes
Right now.
Immediately.
immediately?
They said there are 2 scheduled trains, 2:30 in the afternoon, 5:30 in the morning. Now, they're supposed to be there at that time. They might come at 3 or 3:15 because something might have held them up. But those 2 scheduled trains, it's 9,100 feet between the 2 crossings, and they're going to have 7,100 foot of train. So they say they can schedule that to where it won't be blocked.
So
And
what's the other crossing then?
it's up at 87th,
Okay, so it's west of the.
yeah, and 163rd.
Right across from Rocket View.
Yeah. So we talked even this morning, we're going to go over like at 2:30, and Wayne's going to handle the 5:30 a.m. one.
He's up at that time, so it doesn't matter.
Just to see, what's happened now, to see if it's corrected, because we talked to him right now and it is, but a month from now, it's back.
And I foresee the problem is the one at the gas station crossing. Those trains are like 110 cars long. They cannot fit from the crossing at Blackhawk clear back there. So that's going to be blocked probably longer. But I don't think it's as used as much as the one at Blackhawk, but
Yeah.
I think they're still going to have a little problem there.
So if a train that's 110 cars long is, the front end is there at 87th,
Yeah.
how far back does that go? Does that go all the way back to the river bridge over that, or does it make it even that far?
If I understood him right, it won't go back that far because it's 9,100 feet between the crossings, and their train will be 7,100 feet. Now, up at 87th Street, if you're coming down 87th and you want to cross, you can actually just turn up 183rd there and go up to Blackhawk and right back on Quincy, and it's not much of a delay as going clear back around and going the highway and coming. So that wouldn't cause you as much a delay. There's another way to go there. Where at Quincy, there's nowhere else to go. You pull up there, you got to go back. Well, they were very, I'll say, supportive of the thought that it shouldn't be blocked.
Were they aware of the problem, to your knowledge, or not?
I'm guessing they were.
Just didn't, until there's blowback.
Exactly. The petitions, the tickets, the $100 tickets, doesn't mean anything to them. I mean, it's,
Okay, we got anything else?
anything you want to talk about? Come on, what do you want to talk about?
I'm just here.
Fine.
Do you have any personal problems or anything that you like?
No, I'm good. I'm just here.
I wish we could say that. Since you're here, do you want to hear our
I
problems?
would love to. I'm a social worker. Let's go.
We'll start with Wayne.
Yeah. I just got my second shot this morning. So
You feel okay?
I think so.
I got mine at 3 o'clock that day, and at midnight, I did not feel okay on either one of them.
I'll move to adjourn then. No one's gonna share.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, we're adjourned.